everyone. This is your host, Nael, and today we're going to be watching episode number 6 of this series of videos where you tell me how are you dealing with the whole pandemic situation around the world. By the way, guys, I'm going to throw this in, but I really want to do some subtitles for these videos, either some translations from Spanish to English or vice versa. I would really appreciate anyone that has that time because I'm very interested in spreading this information to as many people as possible. If you know other languages, you are more than welcome to also include some translations. Don't forget to check out everyone that's participating in this video. All the links are in the description box. If you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I suggest you do. The link is in the description box as well. Without further ado, take a sip of tea and enjoy.
Hi, my name is Noa. I'm from Israel and I'm a tattoo artist. I'm now in Tel Aviv and there's no quarantine anymore. We were in quarantine for like a month and a half. For me, those days, that month and a half, it was difficult because I couldn't work, because I can't keep distance from my clients. I need to penetrate their skin with a needle. So yeah, I couldn't work. It made it very difficult to pay rent, but we made it somehow. Not a lot of people managed to do that because I live with my boyfriend and he worked in the food industry, which was still available at that time, so he helped me a lot to pay the rent. Loneliness wise, I live with my boyfriend, so I wasn't so lonely all the time, but I was lonely when he was at work and it was very difficult not to leave the house all the time, so I got really depressed. I thought I'll have more time to draw and do art, but because I was so depressed I didn't do that. So I basically played Animal Crossing for a month and a half that I'll never gonna get back. It's okay. Still optimistic. All the markets were still open, so it wasn't too difficult to get food. Also, you could always order food, but all the other workplaces were closed. No coffee shops, no anything, no tattoos studios. So even if you leave the house, you couldn't do anything. So now I'm back to work. I have a lot of work to do, because a lot of people miss getting tattooed, especially when it gets warmer and people show more skin and more tattoos are visible and people are getting the feeling they want to get tattoos. So now I'm drowning in work, so this is actually good. And yeah, it's kind of scary to work with a lot of people all the time because I don't want to catch anything. I don't want to catch corona, but I'm positive. It'll be fine.
Hello, my name's Amy and I'm from Sydney, Australia. I've been in quarantine for around 2 months now, but recently I've been able to go outside a bit more again due to the situation having improved a lot more here. The curve's really flattened, so the government here, they've really lifted the restrictions. Restaurants and shops are starting to open again. Lots of people also meeting up again in big groups, which is like nice for everyone, but also personally for me, I'm not really rushing to meet up friends and family and going out everywhere and stuff, because obviously I want to still take precaution. The government here is slowly transitioning back to normal, which is good because we don't want to see a peak in cases again. I still feel people are kind of being a bit too hasty about it, but yeah, so far slightly okay. Nothing has really changed. The virus is still out there. It's only people's mindsets that have changed. I'm actually a recent high school graduate. I graduated last year, and currently I decided in 2020 that I'm gonna take a gap year. The day after when Australia went into quarantine. So this was around like mid-March. And all of, like, the uni classes started going online and everything started shutting down. The reason why I deferred uni wasn't because of the virus, was just because of personal reasons. So I guess in comparison to other people, I've like voluntarily decided to take in this time off with intention. And so personally for me, I've been dealing this whole quarantine thing like pretty well. To be honest, I'm kind of like introverted at heart, find a lot of peace just being by myself at home, doing my own things that bring me joy. Kind of sucks for my gap year. Job seeking was kind of put off for a bit just because everything was closing down and nobody was looking for recent high school graduates with no work experience anyway. In terms of travel, that's just like going down the drain. But to be honest, I wasn't originally planning on traveling anyway, just because I haven't had much money saved up the virus hasn't really affected my gap year in comparison with other people. They still have work and school, and then suddenly, bam, pandemic comes along. I understand would be very stressful, but luckily I didn't really have to deal with that. Because I realized I was in a very privileged position, I decided I wanted to use my time for the greater good. Yeah, something I don't really do nowadays is keeping up with the news because it really overwhelms me. The amount of information and things that we are just bombarded with. No thank you. I don't look at too often for my mental health. But when I was looking at it in the early stages of quarantine, I was like, oh my goodness, what can I do to help this situation? And then I was making artwork inspired by the whole quarantine situation. And then as I was painting it, it just clicked. And I was like, wait, I can sell like prints of this. And then donate all the proceeds to a COVID-19 crisis relief fund. And I was like, yes, this is the idea. But then also, one art goal of mine for a very long time was to open up my own store and make other merchandise apart from prints, such as stickers. So I decided to use this idea as an opportunity to also do that. I'll just show you the stickers. I have them on my sketchbook. I made 3 separate artworks for this, inspired by the whole situation. Quarantine, self-isolation at home. These ones have peonies in them, and I decided to use peony because they represent compassion. During this time, it's really important to remind ourselves to stay kind with other people. So these drawings, I thought, by giving these peonies in our hands, we are giving compassion and kindness to other people. That was the idea, and donated them to a local charity called Oz Harvest in Australia. They're a food rescue charity. They save and feed the most vulnerable Australians in need during this time of crisis. I raised $146, and each dollar equal to 2 meals. So if I do the math correctly, that's 300. I can't do it. $146. Oh, also my friend donated extra $30, so that's 176 times 2. 352 meals for Australians during this difficult time. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been recording this long enough. Bye.
Hola, mi nombre es Ángela Yachachin, soy grabadora y vivo en Perú. En este momento me encuentro pasando cuarentena en Lima, en Perú, en mi casa. Cuando todo esto comenzó, yo me encontraba viviendo en España y ya tenía programado venir para finales de marzo. Y de un día para otro tuve que venir de emergencia para acá. Y como procedía de España, de un lugar en el cual corría bastante riesgo de haber contraído el virus, llegué a Perú, tuve que pasar una cuarentena extrema por un mes en mi cuarto sin tener contacto con nadie en mi familia. En ese momento yo me encontraba muy bloqueada creativamente y fue hasta que pasó esta etapa de riesgo en el cual podría notarse algún síntoma, alguna cosa que me diga que había contraído el virus, cuando realmente pude canalizar todo, pude volver a hacer mis cosas, pude simplemente seguir. El gobierno tuvo una respuesta bastante inmediata, pero realmente no se cubren las necesidades que tienen muchas personas que no pueden darse el privilegio de pasar una cuarentena y tienen que estar saliendo para trabajar porque así se mantienen, así mantienen a su familia, así mantienen a sus hijos, y realmente la ayuda no está llegando a personas con necesidades acá en Lima, en las provincias, en las comunidades más alejadas. No se están cubriendo todas las necesidades. En este momento los hospitales ya colapsaron y la verdad es que cada día es más preocupante aquí en Perú. Algunos hospitales, incluso los particulares, están elevando el costo de cada cosa. No están realmente colaborando con toda esta pandemia, con toda esta necesidad que existe ahora. Porque en sí no es momento para estar aprovechando el dinero que puedes sacar de ellos, sino para solidarizarte con los demás, porque en este momento de la pandemia no podemos estar siendo egoístas, tenemos que ser empáticos con los demás, ser solidarios y saber de que no podemos aprovechar esta situación para poder tomar ventajas de ello. Bueno, yo de hecho estuve canalizando un poco esta situación a través del trabajo. Y bueno, eso me ayuda a no estar como caer en este círculo de ansiedad, de preocupaciones. Entonces todos los días lo que estoy haciendo yo es sobrellevarlo con una rutina que en verdad no es como muy parametrada. No es que tengo que hacer las cosas a tal hora, tal hora, tal hora, según un horario, pero sí tratando de hacer todo lo que puedo cada día. Y me está funcionando bastante porque estoy ahí siguiendo dibujando, dejando que todo fluya por ahí. Que todas esas ideas que tengo se estén canalizando a través de mi trabajo. Manténganse seguros, cuiden a las personas que más quieren, a las personas mayores que tienen a su lado sobre todo, y sean muy responsables en todo aspecto.
Hi, I'm Chandra. I'm from New Orleans.
Getting dressed while we talk right now, because this is the life I'm living. That's why you see me in this ridiculous makeup. Let's have a conversation while I struggle with putting my tights and my corset on. Why not? My friend asked me the other day, so are you a performer now? I've always been a performer. There's actually nothing new. I was doing a lot of performance art before this. I was a performer when I was a child, which doesn't count in the real world, but it does, I think, lend some credence to why I'm such a fucking nutcase at this point in time. The performance art I was doing before this mainly consisted of me going out into public and acting like a fucking weirdo and then seeing what happened via social experiment. In COVID, we're all performers, really, because this is all we have. This is our outlet. I'm used to seeing people in person. I am accustomed to being able to speak about my work to people as they look at it. And I can't really do that now. And, you know, as you may assume, looking at a piece of art on a tiny phone screen is nowhere near the same thing as looking at a piece of art in real life. Especially, I think my work, most of it's very small. It doesn't have the same impact. I use a lot of mixed media in my work, and there's a lot of texture, there's a lot of depth, a lot of layer, and as much as I try and translate that to the screen, it doesn't really translate, and that's it's difficult for me to try to do what I was doing before in this, because I can't really reconcile the fact that I can't have people handle my work and look at it and, you know, come at it up close and inspect it and really understand it. And I'm missing out in that too, because I'm not given the opportunity to talk to people about how my work makes them feel. And that's really something that's lacking in my life right now, because as much as I have kind of an idea behind things and behind why I create certain things and what they mean to me and what they represent in my life and what they represent in the world, I am always open to interpretation. And sometimes the interpretation that I get is not what I expected, and sometimes the interpretation that I get is more than I would have even seen myself. And I feel like in each instance of that someone else is kind of presenting to me a different side of myself that I hadn't seen before. It's definitely been different. It's definitely been different to not be able to have that same kind of discussion that we're used to in the regular world. We're not allowed to congregate or look at each other. We haven't been doing that, which is really unfortunate. It's been hard. I had a nationwide tour that got canceled and is still getting canceled. I think that's been the hardest thing for me, having this entire year's worth expanding my horizons and traveling the nation and visiting new places and meeting new people and seeing new things that I was really, really looking forward to. And that was taken away from me in like 4 hours. Friday the 13th. What do you know? Thanks for listening to me. I hope I said everything that I wanted to say, because I don't know. I'm ready to film now. Oh, we are filming? Just kidding. There's no one over there. Bye! Chandra!
I want to thank everyone that's participating in this video. Without you, this video couldn't be possible. And I also want to thank you, dear viewer. Without someone watching my videos, then why am I making them anyway? Don't forget to hit like if you like this video and subscribe for more. You can hit the bell button if you want to be notified every time a new video becomes available. Until then, I will see you tomorrow. Take care and bye!